Queenie became famous as a water skiing elephant during the 1950s. Costumed cats take part in a staged wedding during the 1920s. Arizona cowboys chase an enormous ball during a 1955 competition. A couple wears gas masks for a 1970s pollution-themed photograph. Two Michelin-style padded fighters stage a boxing match in 1917. A mirrored backbrush promises easier bathing in 1947. Harry Moore demonstrates a fire-conscious smoking device in 1953. Paris beauty contestants hide everything except their eyes in 1930. Which pair of eyes would you have chosen? A cannon-themed amusement ride promises a trip to the moon in 1934. A boy stands proudly beside his riding boar in the 1930s. Max Factor measures Marjorie Reynolds with his beauty micrometer in 1934. Charlie Chaplin has his famous mustache trimmed in 1982. A German pilot wears an electrically heated mask during World War I. A rider performs tricks during Tunisia's Zebra Olympics in 1928. Spectators watch a horse diving attraction in Colorado in 1905. Italian actress Ornella Muti poses during the 1970s. Would you have believed this scene without the photograph? Donald Trump poses with Marla Maples and their daughter Tiffany in 1996. Thousands of wooden barrels filled Dublin's Guinness Brewery yard in 1910. Brigitte Bardot waits on a film set in 1954. Colonel Sanders stands outside an early Kentucky Fried Chicken restaurant. Dorsetshire Regiment soldiers take steaming baths during wartime in 1944. A cow is milked on London's King's Cross platform in the 1920s. A Cuba ruler wears elaborate ceremonial regalia in Congo in 1947. Goalkeeper Gordon Banks catches a dog that invaded the pitch in 1965. Which detail catches your attention first? Teenage Madonna faces the camera in an early 1977 portrait. A young Michelle Obama enjoys a backyard summer day in 1970. Babies race in New Jersey's annual Diaper Derby in 1946. A helpful young man assists a woman onto her bicycle in 1973. Allied soldiers inspect Hitler's abandoned bunker in 1945. Paris workers dump collected waste into the Seine in 1910. A young Bill Murray poses for a portrait around 1970. A boy retreats from a surprisingly determined rooster in 1937. Would this have made you stop and stare? A crocodile farm worker stands among dozens of reptiles in 1926. A young Ryan Reynolds proudly displays a fish in 1983. America's 1955 Blueberry Queen poses in a berry-filled bathtub. The extravagant Mercury Mermaid vanity car appears in 1957. Helen Slater poses during the year a Supergirl reached cinemas, 1984. Italian actress Claudia Cardinale attends an event in 1963. A Texas drive-in pipes cooled air directly into a car in 1957. Elizabeth Taylor appears in a luminous studio portrait from 1952. What would people say if this happened today? Americans celebrate the repeal of Prohibition in 1933. A Scottish nurse weighs a bundled newborn in 1959. A Marshall Field horse-drawn delivery vehicle crosses Chicago in 1897. Tokyo orphans search the street for food in 1946. Anita Bryant receives a protester's pie in the face in 1977. Christopher Robin and Leslie de Selincourt appear together in 1948. London observes its first 2-minute remembrance silence in 1919. Hughes Aircraft's experimental Mobot helps dress a model in 1961. Which image in the collection has surprised you most? Paris garbage collectors pause together during their rounds in 1950. A 30-ton Chicago bank vault door demonstrates security in 1923. A worker hangs beside Lincoln's face on Mount Rushmore in 1962. Actress Mara Corday brings classic glamour to a 1950s portrait. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sally Kirkland attend a Los Angeles party in 1977. The Titanic's broad promenade deck stands ready in 1912. A youthful Arnold Schwarzenegger poses during his 1969 bodybuilding years. London children play a nose-to-nose peanut game in 1938. Could you imagine trying this yourself? Jane Russell poses for a pinup artist in 1955. Hawaiians celebrate statehood after joining the United States in 1959. Young John F. Kennedy relaxes with close friend Lem Billings in 1935. U.S. Navy recruits wear mattresses as experimental life preservers in 1917. Tsarevich Alexei's slide and toy car stand at Alexander Palace in 1911. Hugh Hefner poses with Playboy Club performers in 1962. Women test their kicks on a carnival strength machine in the 1940s. Models display Egyptian-inspired beachwear in 1956. Does this feel ingenious or completely absurd? Cheyenne Man Black Wolf appears in a 1921 portrait. Raquel Welch joins a lively sporting exhibition in 1972. Japanese Coca-Cola drinkers test unusually shaped glasses in 1966. A black military policeman waits outside a segregated Georgia entrance in 1942. An Inuit hunter trains sled dogs using a polar bear hide in 1964. Hyperinflation turns German banknotes into makeshift clothing in 1923. Jane Mansfield and Mickey Hargitay perform a party stunt in 1956. A 1930s display presents its era's supposed ideal figure. What do you think happened moments later? An early lawnmower works at Missouri Botanical Garden in 1916. American scientists chart Sputnik's trajectory using giant globes in 1962. Soldiers crowd around actress Marilyn Hare for kisses in 1942. Toddler. Marilyn Monroe visits the beach with her mother around 1929. One of Iran's Shah's favored wives poses in 1889. Bill and Hillary Clinton play volleyball together in 1975. A basket seller carries his street display through London in 1925. A military pilot demonstrates an unusual protective mask in 1925. Which decade produced the strangest ideas? A young Hillary Clinton appears in Wellesley academic dress in 1969. Flour companies printed sacks after families reused them for clothing in 1939. Berlin inventors test roller skates powered by a hand sail in the 1920s. Sophia Loren plays cards inside her trailer in 1961. Bono, Paul McCartney, and Freddie Mercury share a 1985 moment. Police calm an overwhelmed Beatles fan in New York in 1966. Costumed witches dance around a woodland fire in 1964. A Jersey Shore photographer works beside his bulky camera in 1912. Would this photograph make you curious to learn more? A French nuclear test rises above Mururoa Atoll in 1971. A Myrtle Beach contest leaves women buried in sand in 1952. "18-year-old Jodie Foster poses for a 1981 portrait. Marilyn Monroe embraces a remarkably patient borzoi in 1955. Miss Sweden, Miss USA, and Miss Germany pose together in 1956. Eisenhower speaks to American paratroopers shortly before D-Day. Betty Page poses beside a remarkably calm cheetah in 1954. Goalie Terry Sawchuk shows the wounds hockey inflicted before modern masks. What is the first detail you noticed? Michael Jackson relaxes with castmates during Captain EO in 1986. A daring couple shares a kiss atop the Empire State Building in 1942. Richard Nixon reviews paperwork while sitting on his bed in 1952. Police restrain excited fans before an Elvis Presley concert in 1956. Red Cross workers operate an enormous surgical dressing machine around 1915. A horse wears a protective gas mask developed during wartime. A Beatles fan erupts with excitement in Seattle in 1964. A truck crashes through a Boston street in 1952. Could this spectacle ever be acceptable today? Christina Goldsmith kisses a tiny Weimaraner puppy in 1950. Police detain a maskless man during San Francisco's 1918 epidemic. Liberated prisoners stand at Mauthausen concentration camp in May 1945. Michelle Obama smiles beside her brother Craig in 1969. Playboy founder Hugh Hefner poses in Chicago in 1966. New sailors perform a crab-like equator crossing ritual in 1944. Waco lies shattered after the city's deadly tornado in 1953. Google's first server sits inside a homemade case in 1996. Which historic personality should appear in the next collection? Future Senator John Kerry speaks at an anti-war rally in 1971. Visitors climb ladders outside a quarantined Oslo hospital in 1905. A New Zealand bus provides an unusual front compartment for strollers in 1950. Lena Medina stands beside her young son in 1940. Marilyn Monroe smiles beside a swimming pool in 1946. Blind children discover a cat through touch in 1981. The first matching Barbie and Ken set arrives in 1961. Winston Churchill observes the Sydney Street siege in 1911. Which photograph from this compilation will you remember?